Hey guys, I'm back. A couple of people wanted a review of the Yume directly against the Kato and how they stack up. So I'm going to compare them directly with the build and everything. So the build of the Yume is really good. It's a resin shell, really light, fits perfectly to your ear, no fatigue. You could wear these for probably hours. The cable's decent too, lightweight, lighter than the Kato's cable, which this is like, the Kato weighs twice as much probably as the C Audio Yume's. So the Yume is definitely more comfortable. It's not really even subjective because this just weighs way more. And yeah, this molds to your ear better, as you could see, because of this. Where this, there's nowhere this part could rest on the backside of your ear, so it's just like standing there and it has more room to wiggle. So yeah, that's what I noticed. And now with this, I was going back and forth with the same songs, so I know exactly how to compare it now. Well, especially for this video, because that's what I'm comparing. So I'm gonna start off with the Yume. So I noticed the Yume just has clean bass, very clean, not over exaggerated, goes low, doesn't get obtrusive or annoying. The bass of the Kato is a little too much and fatiguing, dry. It's just not pleasant to listen to. It's just sharp and fatiguing for some reason, which I haven't came across many IEMs that are sharp and fatiguing. So yeah, the bass just doesn't sound as flat and neutral as the Yume's, which is why this one sounds kind of wonky, because the mid bass is just too much, and it's just too dry. It just sounds too bright. For some reason, it just sounds too bright. Yeah, and it sounds bright because the mid range is also really forward compared to the C Audio Yume's. So the Yume, on the other hand, the mid range is very, very neutral. Like, it just comes across effortlessly. And I've been listening to a lot of IEMs, and something about this C Audio Yume, it just works well with my brain. Like, it doesn't even sound like I'm listening to a speaker because it sounds so good. Like, really, really good. Where this one, it just sounds harsh, not as clean. And yeah, so this one, the C Audio Yume, this one costs $160. And this one costs about $200. So this one's cheaper and it's doing all these things, which is shocking. And I feel like the Yume's don't receive enough praise. So definitely this should be on your radar, even if you're looking at these. So yeah, onto that. Another thing is this one has just the bass, the mid bass and bass is just doesn't sound referenced. It just sounds off, like too much. Mid bass, the sub bass isn't present when it should be. It's just dry and fatiguing. So yeah, that's that. The treble, if I had to pick one, I would go with the Yume's because it comes up during the right moments when you're listening to something. Around the Kato, surprisingly, the Kato has less treble than the Yume, with those sharp S sounds, but for some reason the Kato is just fatiguing because it's so forward sounding, you can't listen to it. It just gives you like a headache type of feeling with that. So yeah, it's just too forward, sounds unrefined, not like a $200 earphone should sound. The detail and soundstage. So the C Audio Yume's. So I'm gonna go with the cons now. So the cons of the C Audio Yume are it won't have the best detail or the best soundstage. But that's no problem for me because it sounds so good. Like, this is you're spending about $150, so you're not gonna get the best detail anyways. So if you can't, might as well just get the perfect sounds. So this is that, just a perfect sounds, real life sounds. And yeah, so so you're not going to get the perfect technical performance. So that is the kind of the C Audio Yume, which I could think of is not the best soundstage or the best technical performance in general, which is whatever. And then the Kato, the cons, I already named a bunch, but the treble isn't there at the right times. The bass is a little too dry, lacks texture. The sub bass is missing. The mid bass shows up when it doesn't need to. But yeah, so the pros where the Kato beats the C Audio Yume. In general, is the Kato is really good at soundstage and imaging, but it's not gonna present it to you in a palatable way. It just sounds really harsh, like not refined enough. So it's hard to even listen to these. So I'm surprised with all the praise they're getting. They're good IEM, but they're not worth the price. Like this sounds like $150 IEM, if not more. Like that's how good this sounds, and it's worth it for people to pay that type of money. But for $200, I don't think this is worth that price. Yeah, so I mean the fit again, it's better on the Yume. The cable's lighter. This you could wear this for hours. This combined with the heaviness, the forward sounding signature that's harsh, just doesn't work well. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. So I really want people to try out the C Audio Yumes if you're a beginner, if you don't know much, if you're comparing between the two, because this will blow your mind. Like it won't have the most amount of detail, but the way it presents to you the music is something you've never heard. And I've heard a lot of expensive things, and I'm saying that. So yeah, don't take the C Audio Yume lightly because it's really that good. It's just addicting. You just want to keep listening to the same track over because it just sounds so like tonally accurate. Right on these, it's like, when is this song coming to an end? Because it's just harsh and you can't wait to get them out of here. So yeah, these are like polar opposites. So yeah, to reiterate things, good bass, not boomy, just the right amount. Perfect tonal balance in the mids, like some of the best you could buy, regardless of price. Good fit, yeah, if I already said that. And then this one, bass is dry, harsh sounding, forward mid range, not even enough treble as this, but this one just sounds more bright, the Kato, for no reason. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful. If you're looking to make a decision between these two, I think it's pretty clear which one I like, and that's the Yume's. So yeah, I mean, you could try them both out and decide for yourself. But yeah, if you're just making one purchase, I'd go with the Yume. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful, and yeah, take care.